This video is going out as a tribute to Oladapo Olaitan Olaonipekun, aka Dagrin, aka Lyrical Were, aka Barako Green, aka CEO. May his soul continue to rest in perfect peace. You see, Dagrin will forever be remembered as one of the greatest Nigerian rappers of all time. A little emphasis on one of the greatest Nigerian rappers of all time. Dagrin was so talented. He was heavily talented. Dagrin was one of the most lyrically spontaneous rappers I have ever come across. And this is exactly what I mean. See, if you are freestyling with Dagrin, after dropping your own bars, anytime Dagrin starts his own bars, you will not become a spectator, because the words, the lyrics that will be coming out of his mouth, you won't even be able to imagine it. You give Dagrin any word, any situation right there on that spot, and he will definitely freestyle about it. Right there on that spot. He was that talented. The first time I met Dagrin was in the year 1999. Then he was using the stage name Green Face. Yeah, Green Face, you know, he coined that face. He loved that word green, and he used to do that. So he coined the face from the trending success of Plantation Boys, Two Face, Blackface, Face. So he added face to that green. So Green Face. It was later he changed that Green Face to Dagrin, because he didn't want to become across like a copycat. Like people will say, you are copying the name from, you know, Plantation Boys, Face, Blackface, and Two Face. So he dropped that name. Then he added, you know, the green. But in hip hop, THE is pronounced as Da, you know, Da Brat and stuff like that. So he added Da to that green. So that was how Dagrin came about, that name. Although Dagrin was not the first person, was not the one that started Yoruba rap, but Dagrin was the one that reinvented Yoruba rap. Dagrin was the one that reintroduced Yoruba rap. Dagrin was the one that redefined Yoruba rap. He added that lyrical gangster feel to Yoruba rap genre. He did that. He actually put Yoruba rap on the same pedestals as the international counterpart. You know what I'm trying to say? If you listen to tracks like Every Day to all these guys, it was Dagrin that actually reshaped the Yoruba rap genre. Shout out to the legendary Lord of Ajasa, the legendary AY. Those are the pioneers of Yoruba rap. But one thing I noticed was that proud to Dagrin's success, proud to Pon, it was as if Yoruba rappers were locked in a cage. Like they locked all the Yoruba rappers. Nobody came out with anything like Yoruba rap. You know, that feel. When Dagrin busted onto the scene with Pon, Every Day, Ghetto Dreams, and that track he featured YQ. When he busted onto the scene, it was as if our eyes were opened to another genre of music, Yoruba rap. You don't get. So what I'm trying to say is, immediately Dagrin pine, it was as if a gate was flung open. Then the industry witnessed an massive influx of Yoruba rappers. Then people like Olamide Bado busted onto the scene with people like Reminisce, Seriki, people like Base One, people like CDQ, Jibo. You know, all these guys came out. It was like they came out of that gate, like everybody busted open onto the scene. It was massive, and the industry witnessed another feel in terms of Yoruba rap genre. It was as if Dagrin used his soul for a sacrifice for all these guys to be successful. Dagrin, you can call Dagrin the custodian of Yoruba rap genre. Like Dagrin inculcated that international feel. When you are listening to Dagrin, when you are listening to tracks like Every Day, when you are listening to the tracks like Pop, Ghetto Dreams, You can put those tracks on the same pedestal as tracks from 50 Cent. You can put those tracks on the same pedestal as, you know, all those international rappers. Dagrin etched his name onto the marble of history. He redefined the game. He redefined hip-hop, and a lot of rappers, even people that were not from Yoruba, people like Philo, people like all those other people that were rapping in their own indigenous languages, they came out because they realized that, oh, okay, it was not absolutely compulsory for me to rap in English, so I could do it in my own dialect, and people will still feel it. It was Dagrin that started that movement. I met Dagrin in 1999. There was this street jams that one Egwadugbo organized. Shout out to Brother Jide in Mushin, Coca Street that year. That concert, it witnessed all the local MCs, all the rappers in Mushin and its environs. Everybody came together that night to show their skills. You know, I got on stage. I was in a musical group called Lyrical Mafia. Shout out to Slim Punisher. You know, we were in that group together. Shout out to Bill London. We got on stage. We performed, and immediately we stepped down. The MC now introduced another rapper. That was Greenface, the Dagrin we know today. Greenface got on stage. Dagrin, he got on stage. He started doing that track, Judy Bom Bom, Bom Bom Bom, Judy Bom Bom, all my niggas in the place, come on, throw your hands up, Bom Bom Bom, Judy. He now dropped the verse and everywhere scatter. The whole crowd was agog. I was like, where's this boy from? Small boy, very young. I think that guy should be about 16, 17 or thereabout. That year, he was very, very young. And I was like, see small boy, yo. You know, everywhere scattered. The next day, I was on the balcony of my house. I just saw a group of guys coming to my house. Then I noticed that small boy that rapped, the previous night, in the middle. They now came to my balcony. They introduced him as, this guy is a rapper too. Because in Mushin, that time I was like a godfather lyrically. If you're a rapper in Mushin, you don't know me that time. You are not ready to pay homage. They go anywhere. It was like that in Mushin that time. So if you're a rapper in Mushin back then, you will definitely know me. They used to call me Jeff MC Jeff that time. So when they now introduced him as Greenface, I took all of them to the kitchen, because in my kitchen, in our kitchen that time, our kitchen was very spacious. So that was where I used to do my rehearsals without disturbing anybody in the house. So I took all of them to the kitchen. I started beatboxing on the table where we used to put our stove. Bang, bang, bang. I dropped some bars. When Dagrin started freestyling, I said, hey, God, this guy, he was giving me bars. It was so deep, lyrically. Then I asked all the other guys to leave, that they should leave in with me, that me and him, we will start another. So all of them left. So we started another session of freestyle. We started bonding. Then I got to know Dagrin very well. Okay, I live in Agbado, this one, that one. Then, we started bonding, and we became friends. It was very young. But me, I don't roll with my mates. I roll with people that I'm far, far older than. That's how I roll from the beginning of my life. So we started rolling. Anytime he comes to my house, he used to sleep in my house. We used to sleep on the same rug. Dagrin was very humble. Dagrin was an introvert, 100%. If 20 guys are in a place, everybody's yapping their mouth, Dagrin will not even utter any word. He won't utter a word. Especially when he's not in the mood. He wouldn't say a single word. He was a shy type. When Dagrin came up with that chief executive Omota, that was not a joke. Dagrin was never the kind of guy that would stay in the house. He was always on the street. If he was not in the house in Meron, he would be in Mushin or Agbado or Surulere or Egbeda. He was always on the street. So when he came up with that CEO, I laughed. I said, this guy. Dagrin was a grateful heart. Dagrin gave everybody that helped him at the beginning of his career their flowers. If you check the back of the first album, that's Still on the Matter album, the year he dropped that album, Still on the Matter, in the year 2006, he gave everybody their flowers. If you check the back of that album, you see names like Sixo, Keisho, you see names like White. And the person that taught Dagrin how to rap was Robert Fox. That guy was a Ghanaian guy. Yeah, because he inducted Dagrin into rap officially. You will see names like White. White used to be his buddy, his friend, from Meron Agbado. You will see names like Henry Hope. You will see my name, Jeff. You will see Bode John. You will see JD. You will see Henry Hope. You will see Henry Hope. Particularly, Henry Hope is a producer. Henry Hope was the one that helped Dagrin to record those tracks, most of those tracks on that Me Osofoni, on that Still on the Matter album. Yeah, even when Dagrin did not have a single kobo, Henry Hope was the one that helped Dagrin to record most of those tracks at the early stage of his career. So you always appreciate people that helped him. Henry Hope, shout out to Henry Hope if you are watching this video. So Dagrin will forever be remembered as one of the greatest Nigerian rappers of all time. Dagrin, it was a pity we lost him. Dagrin was able to etch his name on the marble of history as one of the greatest Nigerian rappers of all time. Dagrin will forever be remembered. As long as we listen to rap, as long as we listen to music in Nigeria, Dagrin will forever be remembered. May your soul continue to rest in perfect peace. Jeff Owolewa is my name. See you some other time. Holla.